you know you more than a vibe. Ever since we crossed paths, I'm not ignoring the signs. We could get together, live together, build together. With the weather, got you topless on camera like Hattie. Give it to me, give it to me. She finna give it to me, give it to me. She wanna give it to me.
What up, everybody? This is Chris from CBD coming at you with episode number 9 of JASA Talks. Restart it. I forgot about, we talked about that. I should have remembered that. I always jack that up, so I've been doing that wrong for like 8 episodes. Now I gotta get out of that habit.
We're gonna make you
And outtakes. What up, everybody? This is Chris from the CBD Center of Rhode Island coming at you with another hot JASA Talks, episode number 9. Today we got skydiving in from the top turnbuckle. Tom Fox of Fish Head Farms has a dope product, fish shit. We're going to really kind of dig into it. But what up, Tom? How you doing today?
Hey, Chris, how are you? Thanks for having me today.
Yeah, no doubt. I see this dope little COVID gear you got going on right here. These guys have always got the killer swag, bro.
We made them for, obviously, stores that needed to social distance properly. Instead of wearing just one of those gauzy ones you get for $1, we said, hey, you know what? Our folks are worth it.
Yeah, most definitely. And, probably get a lot of use because the stores that you sell in are probably, highly sought after. They're popular stores, and they get a lot of foot traffic in. So definitely good to, help the social distancing cause out. But, I'm looking at you, man, a fellow Rhode Islander. We ran into each other like a couple months back, pre-COVID, in our Johnston location. We haven't chatted in a while. Really appreciate you taking the time and coming out today. And I want to learn more about, fish shit and the story. Me being an avid cannabis enthusiast and hemp enthusiast and CBD enthusiast, I knew about fish shit. I knew about the beginnings, but I want to let the people out there that may not know the story hear it from you. I do remember where it started in that white bottle. I remember that white bottle, bro.
The very first product, or the very first version of the product we took to market. So Rhode Island was pretty good at helping us, kickstart this whole thing. I had relationships with a number of the store owners just from helping folks out on various grows and stuff like that from somewhere around 2007, 2008, when it all started here in Rhode Island. I got involved pretty quickly.
Yep.
And ultimately, helping people to put up smaller grows and stuff like that. I built relationships, and when it was time to launch the product, I went back to those folks that I had been doing business with and said, hey, look, you want to test this for me? And, a lot of great guys in the state and Southern New England, believed in us and, gave us a shot. And obviously you see where it's come. And since I think the very first version was released late 2015, the version the formula that we finally settled on that we're working with now, I think we brought that to market, really brought it to market the summer of 17. And, we started out with a couple samples and, a great sales guy in Joe to, hit every single door in New England 20 times over that first summer, right?
What up, Joe? We got Joe in the studio audience today.
We've launched into all major relevant markets, cannabis, hemp, now getting into lawn and garden, where as far as Guam, across the pond in England, we're now available in Canada. So we're getting there.
Wow.
We were doing some pressing hard across the country, and then COVID hit. So now we're trying to reinvent ourselves, and being able to get back on the road was a little bit of a challenge. So we took you out on the bus. You saw the bus.
Yeah, that's
so having a lot of fun with that. But yeah, so.
So you guys pound the pavement a lot. Obviously, you got that bus, the sick rap. You must get a lot of awareness out from, cannabis folks, regular folks. Just driving around, that thing is really eye-catching. But, in the early days, the years that you came out, some trade shows started to, come live and about regionally. I know you guys attended it. You always had a great presence. Talk a little bit about, pounding the pavement with those trade show days. And was there like a turn of events or a turning moment where like you took the idea, now you're at the trade show, now you're like, man, I can take this shit to the top?
So we did our very, very first trade show at the Max Yield in Novi oh God, back in 2016.
Where's Novi?
Novi is in Michigan.
Okay.
So it was one of Michigan's first shows. No, not first shows, but bigger shows. And at that time, we were sampling in quart bottles, pretty much direct application, and not having, not realizing what was involved with shipping as many samples as we did. We had this great game plan. All right, we're gonna send all these samples. Like, well, we got like half a warehouse full of samples, right? So after that trade show, I realized that what we had to do was go back and concentrate it, right? So we could sample everybody nimbly. So then we went back to the drawing board and we said, all right, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And obviously you guys know that pounding the pavement means going out, handing out samples, but not just handing out samples, going out and getting feedback. And that's why I took, the whole group of us. It was a group effort. It wasn't, it's, being on the phones, getting out there and actually seeing the stores you make contact with. So
feedback's important.
Yeah, feedback is huge. So that's what we did. We took New England and we kind of used New England and we took all the good and the bad, and then we just started going across.
So you went out to Michigan.
Oh, yeah. So we go to Michigan, right? Yeah, that's right. That's where we went. So we go out to Michigan. We come back, right? And we come back with our revised formula, and we now have the ability to just put a whole slew of samples on the table. Well, that first trade show, they all went. It's like, wow, it was, everybody's like, oh, I kind of know you. You come back and you do that second trade show, right?
Yep.
And they're like, oh my God, I used your product. We love it. It was, good stuff. And you get to actually interact with them. It was that second trade show was that moment for me.
Yep.
It was like, wow, this could be something big.
And when did you transition into the new packaging? It's real slick.
17 was early 17, but we really didn't get it out there. We wanted to get all our ducks in a row. We launched somewhere around June of 17.
Yep.
With this.
And you know what? Your product speaks for itself. I've used it in many applications and hydroponically, ebb and flow systems. I've used it straight up, organic gardening and Pro Mix. With the feedback that you guys get from all these different angles, it's always interesting to see you put it back into play. I just want to learn a little bit about, tell me about the farm itself. I know you're from Cranston. My brother went to school in Cranston. I know they have like a aquaponics program at Cranston West. And did you get the idea then, or is it after that?
It's funny that you should say that. The one of the gentlemen who started the aquaponics program, David Barr, was a teacher at West. So how I got into this was one of my best buddies. He had muscular dystrophy. So obviously I got my card for him in the early, when it first happened, when we first went medicinal. And so through my friend who I got the license for, I became acquainted with Dave. And Dave and I, we originally collaborated. I started doing some of the testing. He had the aquaponics farm, and I had a test grow that I could use it on.
Yep.
So he and I kind of fine-tuned the formula, and that's when we relaunched it in 17.
So you relined the formula. Right now, specific usages. We
were talking about the fish farm, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. So anyway, David comes from the hydroponic. David comes from help setting up the aquaponics program at West to leaving West. So he quit his job as a full-time teacher to do this.
Oh, nice.
So it was his aquaponics farm. And then, we did some testing right there on in the ground, out of the ground. I did indoor. And then, the farm is very much a functional fish farm. That's what it is, right? There's no glitz and glamour. It's a functioning fish farm.
How many fish you got in that farm? Like 1 million?
Oh,
2 million?
we get a lot.
Million?
We get a lot. Yeah, there's
they reproduce
too many to count. Yeah, we breed our own fish.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're all ours. Everything that goes into the product comes from our facility.
Nice. That's awesome. That's farm to table.
Yeah.
At its best, right there. Trade shows, what's the biggest and baddest, or top two, because there's a lot of good ones?
I mean, obviously, MJ BizCon, you got all the pop, the hype.
Did you crush it over there?
We did really well this year. We had a good time.
Long days and long nights on the floor there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what? So we're on the road. I'm on the road. I was on the road pretty much every other week. When we first started, it was every week, and then I went to every 10 days. Now I get out every 2 weeks for the better part of the week. But it's all about, hitting every trade show you can.
Yeah.
well, realizing that, they're not all created equal, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you said, what are some of the best experiences? I don't know. Some of the I think it's when you, for me, the larger vendor days is where we made our mileage. The trade shows were fun.
Yeah.
But I think our vendor days and going out and having somebody in every market to be able to accommodate as many individual days at the stores as you can.
Yeah, for sure.
The small, less contacts, more quality.
Yeah, because those are that's the army and the allegiance and the cult following that you're going to build is working with the people that use the product every day, not just coming whizzing through for a trade show. Oh, cannabis is in town. Let's go check this out. So that totally makes a lot of sense. Mm-hmm. Now you've gone from a Rhode Island company. Are you Rhode Island or Mass? I saw you in Mass. I drove by like a Rehoboth area.
Yep.
That the headquarters.
East Providence is where our headquarters at.
So that's right on the line.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And our farm is in Mass and Rehoboth.
All right.
Yep.
Awesome. So you've taken the product to New England, to Michigan, to Vegas. Jesse, can you pull up the website? I just want to check out some items. I know you mentioned. Are those the picture of your fish right there?
No, that's just. We have fish. That's actually out in the wild. Those are wild fish. Those aren't in the tanks.
Nice. So, you get the fish it. You get to formulate it, reformulate it, calibration. With the feedback, you sticking with that formulation.
Absolutely.
You guys got it nailed this time.
Yep. We're where we're at. It's people seem to like it, and everybody's going to do their recipe a little bit different. You give your guideline, kind of you feel it out with your plants, how much they can take, or there's really so here's the deal. You can apply it directly. It's never going to hurt your plants. It's never going to burn your plants. There's nothing in there that could. It's just bacteria.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Bacteria, one of the important parts and fundamentals of growing successful plants with nice, healthy roots for nice fruits. Now, you guys have a cool logo, many applications, not just cannabis or hemp.
No.
I mean, I can totally see you guys in like a major, outside of the hydroponic arena stores. Have you guys been making any headway there?
Yeah, absolutely. We, we recently launched just before COVID into the lawn and garden. So we have a full-time team member now who's launching that specifically. At one point in time, he owned a number of different agways.
Oh, nice.
He's got a lot of experience in the industry. He's a super smart, super talented guy, and right now we're making some good headway. We're actively growing in that market.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
It's all about distribution. You pounding the payments, you're earning your stripes, you're hitting the hydroponic stores, and getting any other new form of distribution even for us at the CBD Center is always
you get
awesome.
it, right?
Yeah,
you get it.
It's a battle. It's an everyday fight, and it's always awesome to sit down with somebody else who's in a similar business that's kind of fighting that good fight every day.
Certainly is.
Jesse, can you pull up the IG?
I think that's me. Oh,
That it right there?
Yeah, that's IG.
Nice.
You know what? That's where I'll tell you. You want to talk about good mileage?
Yep.
Early on, that was amazing for us. How quickly, we've kind of slowed down, but getting 20,000 followers right out of the gate really helped us because we could talk directly to our public.
Nice.
So early on, right, we would all go on and take a part and just answer every single question, and we still do to this day.
Yep.
Answer every question that comes in and give everybody individual attention. And we really interact with our community a lot. I know specific folks there. One of the guys who works for us, Aaron. We've got great relationships.
I've met him.
Good kid. You met him.
He's always around. You guys at every event. I always see you guys.
Yep.
Hey, why don't you, Jesse, bring it back to the tippity top? I saw one there with the photo all the way to the left with Mills.
Yeah.
Are you guys international?
Yeah. I actually one of the some of the best relationships that I've made was at the last year's Autopots trade show.
Nice.
That was a good one in the UK. I went over there, met with those boys.
Wow.
Real good crew. So we're working with the same company that distributes Mills out there. So doing some good things out there too. Same formula here.
Interesting.
Hydroponic shops. They
nice.
Yep.
So now the company distributes them. They distribute other products as well.
Yeah.
Nice. Jesse, keep scrolling down just a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's us.
Stop at that
Fish
truck getting
Mills and
washed
Revelry
there.
bags.
What was it?
Revelry.
Yep.
So they handle Revelry as well.
Sweet.
Yeah.
This is new, right?
Yeah. That's the new toy. That's
The shaggin' wagon.
Yeah. We used to Air Force number 2.
Yeah. You got 2 of these?
No.
Oh, okay.
Number 2.
All right.
No, so we got that because now we can travel the country, right? Even if COVID shuts us down, we have the ability to go where we want, when we want, do what we want, and still see our customer base.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maybe make it down to the CBD Center's not your average market one of these Thursday nights. Going down 6 to 9 every Thursday night. Had to throw a little plug in there. Jesse, stop right there. Go back to the skydiving. Now, I see that via the internet. You're into skydiving, huh?
Yeah.
Is that you?
No, there was another picture. So I am in the top left of that, right? So
Okay.
the other picture was not picture perfect. I was like, oh, that's cool, right? Everybody, it doesn't have to be me. Everybody, that's our thing, right? Having fun. We're actually doing, if I can throw something out there, we're going to be doing a promotion with those guys. We get to come skydiving with me. You're going to see it come up on the internet, right? You have to buy a skydive.
Yep.
We're going to give you some free swag, well worth your purchase of the skydive.
Sure.
And then we're all going to jump out of the plane with fish hit shirts.
Crazy fuckers.
Yeah. Well, so we had last year we had the Next Lake guys, the Royal Gold guys, and what we were going to do was make it a larger promotion, and they were going to get their customers right around. I think it was Springfield was coming up.
Yep.
So that's right where the skydive and drop zone is. And they were going to bring their clients. We were going to make it a day of it. So now we're just trying to do it locally with customers.
Are you doing it locally in Rhode Island?
No, it's in Orange, Mass. So, but it's well worth it. If you're going to go skydiving, you take the time to go to a good place. It's at Jumptown in Orange.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that
Yeah.
place, Jumptown.
Cool folks, real
Yeah.
good folks. Yep.
So are you a regular there? Jumping every weekend?
Yeah, I'll be there this weekend.
Savage. What kind of rush is that? Jump out your plane the first time. You remember that one?
Yeah, you don't forget it.
Tell me about it, bro. I want to know.
It's just, you know what?
I like floating, and I've done like the parasailing, but jumping out of a perfectly good plane is kind of tough for me.
You get to you obviously have to go. You got to go to school, get your AFF license, and from there it's.
So you a solo jumper?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I have my own rig and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Was it like a year or two? What's the process to get that?
You have to get 25 jumps in, and then you have to complete a number of different proficiencies with an instructor to get your actual solo license to jump anywhere.
Yep.
In the U.S.
You do any base jumping?
No.
I had a buddy that went up there. He used to do Jumptown, but he was big into like base jumping.
Yeah, some of those guys are crazy, right? Like they're insane. Some of the stuff they do.
They said nothing can touch that rush.
No, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You meet a lot of cool people too. The folks. It's like the community up there. It's a super cool community. It's kind of like our community here. Very, very laid back.
Tight knit.
Yep.
You probably see the same people every weekend, I bet.
Yeah, same thing. Yep, same thing.
That's what's up. What's the what elevation do you jump from?
13.5.
13.5? Ooh, that's pretty fucking high up there.
Get to fall for about 55 seconds.
Is it cold air up there?
No.
It's warm right now, summertime air?
Yeah, like 30 degrees difference. And even during the winter, you fall quick. It's when you're coming down is when you get cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're under canopy, you get cold.
Well, I got to give it up to you for that, man, because I don't know if I'd be jumping out of a perfectly good plane anytime soon. But if you're doing an event up there, we'd like to be...
That's my partner, Dave, right there.
Right in the middle?
Yep, that's Dave. Dave is the...
Big ups to Dave.
Yeah.
Dave Barr.
That's him in Clio, Michigan a few weeks ago. They had an outdoor event there. He shot out there. Good shop that I work with, Buddy at Clio Cultivation. Puts on 2 huge parties every year. Right, so these are. Well, you said what ones do I like the most? It's like these guys who own the shops and they take the utmost pride in these events, and they're not little events. A lot of times you've got the food trucks, you've got bands, you've got a med tent, you've got your security staff, you've got to park 300, 400, 500 cars. Mm-hmm. He does a great job, great job.
Talk about the Michigan market a little bit. You've
Dude,
been around
huge,
in Rhode Island,
right? It's a totally different animal. It's a huge market.
Yeah.
Huge market, yeah.
What's it? So it's totally rec. You can grow. You can grow 12 plants like Massachusetts?
I think so. Yeah.
It's a medical
and
market.
then medical too. Similar to Maine, right?
Medical similar to Maine.
Similar to Maine, yeah.
So the numbers are a little bit larger than Rhode Island
Yeah.
as far as the amount of plants you can grow.
So this is so speaking of Michigan, right? This is we've just recently partnered up with Great Lakes to make us more efficient.
Yeah.
So they're
cover that area.
Yeah, yep. They're right there on the spot. They're great guys. So happy to be working with them now.
You guys must be just cranking out batch after batch after batch, and with all these places you're getting in, man. I mean, did you ever have a shortage of shit?
No, we planned our growth model. We projected, we kind of overproduced in the beginning, to be where we are now, just being able to keep up. And when we continue to expand and add and make the facility larger and more efficient. So, that's not a problem for us at all.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Now, Jesse, I saw some nice flowers on there.
Yeah, we do.
Working with farmers and people in the industry.
I think
you got any farmers you want to give a shout out to that grow super dank in Mass or wherever you get in these pictures from?
Believe it or not, these are mostly, look at them. They're all just lots of, they're all over the place. Oh, see this guy right here. So like some of the stuff we do is fun because see the guy sitting on the chair?
Yep.
If you scroll down a little bit, he's in one of our grow groups. We have a fish shit test group online on Facebook. Got close to 1,000 members in it, and it's just people, comparing and contrasting. It's a really cool group.
Yep.
And during COVID, I was doing something called like a Zoom and Bloom, talking shit with Tom Fox, like we all did.
Cool.
Just got on the internet, and this guy, I met him in a group. I said to him, hey. I'm going to send you a bottle and some swag and shit like that, yada, yada, yada. And he posted this and waiting for his, his special set.
That's funny.
So that was cool. So I got to meet him. So you know what? I met a lot of people all over this country and world during COVID via Zoom. Just random Zoom calls. You want to do a Zoom call? Do you want to do a Zoom call?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then we were doing them for a little while. We had something like not like this. I set up a background.
Yep.
And I would send out invites to different groups, and I was doing it through stores too, right? Call up the store and say, hey, listen, I know I can't get down there and see you. Well, how about I set up a Zoom with your customers? So I was Zooming with people's customers, all staying relevant, right? We couldn't move, so I was doing a Zoom at night, Zooms in the morning. I did one in the UK. It was good. You get 30 to 50 people in a room.
That's what it's all about.
So I met a lot of cool people during COVID. A lot of cool people.
That's good. You took advantage of the downtime and turned somewhat of a flatline negative into a positive.
But this is the kind of stuff we do. We love to have fun, right?
I feel like I see some of the flowers of local Massachusetts people that I know, especially the ones going back up. So right now, COVID is kind of, hasn't flatlined people's businesses, but made them really rethink and re-strategize. Have you guys thought about strategizing? You're just going to keep pounding the pavement the same way?
Obviously, you've got to be nimble. You've got to adapt. So we're adapting every day. Look, every day is a different challenge. Everybody, everywhere is facing challenges, right? So you just got to do what you got to do.
Sure.
Just that's the nature of the nature of business, right?
Yeah, that's what's up. So you got 1,000 people on your grow Zoom?
No. In our grow group, the fish test group, right? We'd have anywhere between 25, 50 people, which you know what? It was all unique people. So see the sign up sheet? I'm glad you're there. See, so we took that sign up sheet and then we put that in the group, or just post it and let people know we're doing it. Plug it a couple times and. That's a cool facility up in Michigan right there.
The one in the middle?
No, on the left over there.
On the left.
Yeah, it's all Next Lights. We were supposed to go out to see these guys. Right before the world shut down, and then, I guess we'll get back there when we can get back there.
Yeah, you got the van.
I want to say that.
Cruising out there.
Yeah, so this cat right here has a couple facilities up in Michigan. He's got a real big one down in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Now that's where
I want to talk to you about.
Dude,
Oklahoma. What is up with Oklahoma? Shed some light. You've been boots on the ground there.
All right,
tell me about it.
All right, March 2020. I was going into my 19th trip to Oklahoma since the previous March. So in 1 year, I had gotten out there 19 times and sprinkled a little Detroit, a little bit of all the other ones.
8 Mile. How you doing?
So I've made a lot of great relationships out there, man. They're great people. They hit the ground and they hit the ground running. Grows just popped up everywhere. So I went out and I would just go down and just.
So Oklahoma's literally like the Wild West.
You could literally walk into a bar. No joke. I was in Mahogany's, great restaurant in Oklahoma, right?
Big ups Mahogany's.
So I'm sitting there, and I'm listening to the guy's conversation next to me, right? And he's talking about CBD. So obviously that's a great segue into, hey, turns out, you can literally sit next to somebody in a bar and hear the conversations. That's how much activity was going on down there when I first got there.
Yeah.
And, you start to see grow shops pop up, just kind of like here, right? But just on a much, much larger scale.
Yeah.
Much larger scale. And then you get all the outside inputs coming in, rushing into the middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a melting pot for this industry, right? Like the two coasts. You've got reps from Cali and the West Coast and reps from here, kind of, like it's just a weird kind of dynamic. Folks from all over the place.
Yeah, Oklahoma's unique. I've been there one time during like tornado season, and that was interesting. You hear the the alarms, or I'm not really down with tornadoes, so I was
The first time I heard the alarm, I was doing a customer appreciation day at a hot parking lot, and Mel and Phil from you're gonna have to edit this part. Oh God,
Jesse will find it.
no, Mel and Phil from it's the Nutrient line.
Oh.
They're two reps. Emerald Harvest. Yeah,
There
Jesus
you
Christ,
go.
I was drawing a blank. I was
Yeah.
gonna say Advanced. But yeah, so we were standing in the hot parking lot in the middle of tornado season, and boom, the siren goes on, and I was like, and everybody was just calm, cool, and collected, who was from Oklahoma, and then you could tell all of the reps from who were out of town when the alarm went on, who had heard it for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you hear, and they're just testing them. It's
Yeah.
not like I wasn't in a tornado. They were just, it was just a random. They test them every Sunday to make sure they work, and scare the shit out of anybody who's not from Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma, is there any hotbeds of grow areas? Is Oklahoma City? I mean,
listen.
it's-
So, all right. So Oklahoma City, Tulsa. I've been down as far as Marietta, right on the border. Great facility and store down there. Tumbleweeds.
Yep.
They're doing really big things down there. They're doing great.
Shout out to Tumbleweeds.
Yep. So
Have
they're
to check them out.
that's Marietta. So if you know the Tiger King, you would pass the Tiger King Ranch on the way to Marietta from Oklahoma City.
Yes.
It's a straight shot down.
Did you stop by the Tiger
No, but
King?
I'm gonna. We got plans. We got big plans. We're gonna.
You gotta get that vehicle out in front of fucking Tiger
Better
King.
believe
baby.
it, buddy.
We were reminded yesterday.
We were reminded yesterday. Our last trip to Oklahoma, actually since COVID happened. So Joe and I bounced out to Oklahoma. We did a whirlwind tour to say hi to all our friends that we hadn't got to see in 3 or 4 months. And Joe, I think we did. We got in. We went up to Tulsa, back down to OKC, and then shot down to Lawton over 5 days. Stopped off in Chickasha to do, just a quick little. Instead of doing the going in vendor days, just do quick little informational seminars. Work with the stores hand in hand. Say, hey, listen, you bring the guys in, and we'll talk to them. Right?
Yeah.
Like bring us in, we'll educate them, and give them our best uses, best practices on how to use the product. Whether you're just a one light grower in your basement to all the way up to the big boys, guys with large facilities we've had show up, and that's what we did in Oklahoma. Is basically that.
That's awesome.
Have the store owners who were getting super involved with their customers, who were pouring their heart and soul into it, and just made a lot of friends down there.
It's almost like day one where it used to be in Rhode Island.
We went to so we were leaving. We were just on the edge of, I think it's Norman, going south, heading toward this town called Lawton. Big military base down there, huge military base. So big veteran community, right?
Yeah.
So we're kind of tied into the veteran community through this. So I hit it off with the guy. Walked in. We weren't going to go down to Lawton. Last guys on the border of OKC said, "Nah, there's nothing down there." That you want to talk about? That is a very large area for growing. I work with a gentleman down there, at Voodoo Hydroponics. Greg and Bev Carroll. They are definitely friends of us. They open their home up to us every time we go down.
That's awesome. Huh?
Yeah, yep. We did that a vendor day, about maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, and that's where we capped off our trip. And then we shot home the next day.
How many people you have on the road right now?
Quite a few. Well, on the road. No, everybody's it's just Joe and I. Everybody else is just sitting in their respective areas doing their thing, right? Like, Joe and I are the only ones that have traveled so far.
Gotcha.
And that kind of got knocked down a little bit. So, like I said, that's the wagon, right? Now we're getting on the road with the wagon.
You're gonna be hitting.
Yeah, we're heading out to Michigan in a couple of weeks. We're gonna go catch up with some old friends out there that we haven't got to see since before this craziness started.
What about California? Fish
So-
shit coming to Cali?
Yeah, so we're licensed to sell in California. We're in a number of good shops out there. Obviously, our inability to get there right now is, it's or do trade shows there, right? We have presence there, but it's the, hey, here we are. So we'll get there. I'm not worried.
Yeah, take that truck down to Salinas. And
Yeah,
say
we
what's
just
up.
we just launched into Canada. Our rollout is
Huge market.
Huge market, dude.
One of the most mature markets.
Absolutely, they know what they want. They know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Got some great partners up there. So looking forward to hopefully getting up to what's their one? What's it? The Lift? Is it Lift?
Is that what it is?
Is
Lyft?
it in Toronto? I think.
I'm not sure.
Am I right?
I was going to go to the MJ BizCon in Toronto, but I missed it. I'm not familiar with a whole bunch of people up north, but I know the market's huge. I know the hemp market's huge. I know the greenhouse market's huge.
Everything's huge out there.
Yeah.
So
I know they're going to be dictating prices.
You got to figure, right? So they've got, what, 38, 39 million people. California has 39 million people. So it's roughly the same size market as California.
Yep.
So there's a lot going on up there.
Yeah, there's lots of pockets, especially
Oh, yeah.
good old BC.
Mm-hmm.
Beasters, big ups to Beasters.
Big orange.
But from the looks of it, looks like Jesse got some good shots of the truck, man. That thing presents so well.
If you see it, tag it.
Yeah, we're gonna tag it. What's
no,
the
if you see
preferred
it on the
tag?
road, tag it. Just use fish shit. Just tag it where you're at.
Yeah, hashtag fish shit.
At Fish Head Farms. Hashtag fish shit.
Okay.
You see the bus, tag it. Hashtag fish shit.
And your IG is at Fishhead Farms.
Yep.
And the website, fishheadfarms.com.
Yep. Keep
That's
it easy.
That's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Well, I had a little, insider information where the bus is headed to next. It's going to head down South County, little CBD Center, Wakefield, go down seeing Jordan.
Yes, sir. Gonna go say hi.
That's what's up. Pull into that lot. That's a big lot. You should get a side-by-side shot next to the
buses?
next to the pharmacist bus.
Is it down there now?
It is down there.
Maybe we will. That'll be a good one.
Hell yeah.
That'll be a good one.
It's all AC'd out and everything. They went
Yeah.
to an event.
I'm excited
this
to be
weekend.
doing the Cultivators Cup with you guys. That should be a good time.
That's huge, man. He's doing a great job putting that together. He always puts on a good show. He's got experience in running these cups and making everything really exciting.
Looking forward to it.
It's probably
It's the only event this summer.
yeah, it's like one of the first of its kind with the full consumption. There's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have beer and everything on the concert sites, and then if you need flour, you can get escorted over like a VIP in a golf cart. Hit the dispensary, get a ride back. Really excited about it. He's gonna pull a lot of rabbits out of his hat. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of excitement and a lot of fun stuff. It's actually, with the amount of people they're allowing, he was telling me the size lot that they have has space for every single person with a ticket. They have a 6x6, 36 square foot social distance area.
Good.
So, precautions are being taken. I'm looking forward to that event. Massachusetts is going to be the beast of the East, in my opinion. And I'm sure you're seeing that, when you're out. But, Tom, thanks again. Appreciate you partaking. Episode number 9, JASA Talks. You have to come back.
Absolutely,
I'm going to hit you up with a little swag bag on the way out. A couple single serves to put in your Felicia's coffee. A little recovery, health and wellness, pre-workout, post-workout. People tell me if you've had one too many high nooners or Tito's, that's great for recovery the next day as well. Not scientifically proven, of course, but
It'll be tested by the weekend.
yeah, that's
I'll
what's
put
up.
that to the test.
We're gonna put that to the test. We're gonna have some live testers. We're gonna have some feedback. We're gonna get you back on at the Cultivators Cup. We're gonna be going live there. We're gonna jump out of your bushes, say what's up. If you're gonna be there for the business to business,
Yep.
we'll
Absolutely.
chill,
Looking
hang
forward
out,
to
and
it.
kick it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yep.
Thanks again. Thanks to Felicia's for bringing you this delicious coffee today. Thank you for the CBD Center of Rhode Island for putting this on. If you want to check us out, www.cbdcenterofri.com. You can check us out on Instagram at cbdcenterofri.com, and you can check us out on Facebook the same. Except no imitators or imposters. Only the real deal. Nintendo over Pretendo. I'm Chris from CBD Center of Rhode Island, and I'm out. Peace.
See you guys.